again.
Hi.
So today is 24th of February and we are here in Istanbul in General Assembly of the World. So more than 50 participants, a lot of delegates and observers. Yesterday we had the symposium, Artists in Exile, and you had a speech, emotional and inspiring. You remind for us Yalta Conference and our history, our countries, Baltic Seas.
Yeah, that was often that coming together to be together artists from so many countries, and they all, of course, they have their own problem and their own lives. Of course, that's very sorry about that. We know in Turkey that happened one of the biggest natural catastrophes and earthquake that going to be dead about. Nobody can, but it's officially 46, but unofficially nobody knows. It's a big tragedy, even for the so big country as Turkey is. And of course, this tragedy make a shadow. Of course, we can't compare the pain. What's the pain more? Or events, what happened now in Eastern Europe, or what happened here.
But you know, in here, so they have the nature.
Yeah.
So the nature, it's broken human houses and killing people and the war in Ukraine. So it's the human
catastrophe. I mean,
catastrophe.
just taking away the sharp of pain. The pain coming to be to take a negative position. So pain, it's every day, and pain is start to be like a part of life. In this case, it's no comparing between a natural catastrophe or a human catastrophe. But anyway, that's we are coming in some interesting and very aggressive time. Changes in the world of the natural and also the human. I'm going to add to life some feelings that doesn't have for a long time. Even the war in Europe.
Yes, indeed, very specific times.
And the big war, and also that it's not the war, how to say, for freedom or war for independence, or from one side it is, Ukrainian, yeah. But the start, of course, the aggression, the Russia, they start by the feeling to be the king of the Europe. They start to get the result of the Second World War, again to make a Yalta conference, and again cutting new borders of the Europe.
And we know some kind of opinion that art has to be free from politics, economics, and social problems and questions, but in our days we see not.
It's like a cycle, like in the Bedouin time, in hippie time, with the heroin and alcohol, they got freedom, and they promote that art is free. Art is totally free, so be like a mark of ideology or some political. It's not illustrative.
But they also protested against the war in Vietnam this time.
Yeah, yeah.
So it means that they were also active.
Yeah, but they are acting more or less like an anti-propaganda, as an anti-action. So they would like to express themselves because now we have the Black Lives Matter. Then they propose that their lives matter. They are not only dolls in the hands of the big forces that now also happen in Ukraine. The big force, without any reason, just changing the borders of the world, just because it's like a computer game. They're not looking for human reason. It doesn't exist. Exists is the new, what's coming, the digital world reason.
From one side, yes, and but from another, so we also have to think about two positions. One is dealt with the power, and another with the democratic world, where you have rules, yes, documents, obligations, so it's necessary to survive.
But of course,
And in another case, you have just the power, dictators.
Yeah, all the dictators, and brought a new rule. What they decided, of course, and it's like the big question for democracy. So asking how strong is democracy? Democracy is strong enough or going close to autocracy. Maybe autocracy is more stronger as democracy. It's a question to every of our country. If we have to be against Russia, we have to raise the military power, we have to raise this military command, and we coming also under the control. We are not free anymore because we are involved in something systemic.
So you feel we're speaking about policy mostly, about the surrounding where
The
we appear,
situation,
the situation now and today. And what about arts? So what do you feel the changes here? Also, we emphasize mostly ecological, political problems, but we are not perhaps speaking about that.
We now, how we now see in the conference, also the question about art going to the certain plan.
Yeah, like a shadow.
The justice, lawyer,
payment
is the first position about art and unit of art, unit of artists. Yeah.
Okay, we have to continue the conference. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.